Welcome to MOOC's module on graphics and animation development. In this session, we will cover some of the tools of Gimp like blend tool, and then we will see how to fill the different shapes, whether rectangular or elliptical, using the blend tool, and then paintbrush tool. Blend tool. Blend tool is used to fill the selected area with a gradient made up of foreground and background colors. And in order to create a blend, we need to drag the cursor in the required direction and then release the mouse button once you feel that you have achieved the blend of right size. The softness and sharpness of the blend depends upon how far you have dragged the cursor. Gradient and shapes. The blend tool is used along with various gradients, and these can be applied in different shapes. And the gradient dialog box can be opened from Windows, dockable dialogs, and then gradient option. And by default, blend tool makes use of currently selected gradient. In this figure, we can see that in the currently drawn rectangular section, linear gradient is applied. Similarly, we can also apply certain other gradient shapes. Like in this figure, we are seeing that on the background linear gradient is applied on the rectangular selection, and inside this circular we have applied the radial gradient, and in the third figure, which is again a circle, we have applied the spiral option. So these are the different type of blend tool options, and we can do it by changing the shape option. Let us see how does these different shapes vary. Linear gradient applies the foreground color at the starting point of the drawn line and transitions linearly to the background color at the ending point. Similarly, radial gradient applies the foreground color at the center of the circle and background color is applied towards the outer side of the circle. And the repeat width of spirals while drawing the spiral shape depends upon the length of the drawn line. We will see in the demo session how these different type of gradients can be applied using the blend tool options. These are some of the shortcuts that you can add on and make use of while using the Gimp software. Ctrl+X is to be used for cut, Ctrl+C is to be used for copy, and Ctrl+V for pasting certain objects. L capital is to be used for directly picking the blend tool from the toolbox. Capital P is to be used for selecting the paintbrush tool from the Gimp toolbox. Further, the learner can learn in depth about the tools and various tool options from the given reference. Now let us have a quick demo of the tools that we have just covered in this session. We will open the software Gimp, and from here we will again open a new file, maximize the screen, and if you want to change the background color, you can change the background color, and if you want to apply on the same, you can do it also. So let me change some other color. So now you can see that currently dark blue and cyan color is being set as foreground and background color. So I want to apply a particular gradient option to the currently drawn selection. So here this is a rectangular selection, and rather than making use of bucket fill tool as we have seen in the earlier session, we can now go with blend tool. Blend tool fills the selected area with color gradient. So currently this tool is selected and I am dragging the cursor like this. So it will apply the linear gradient from left to right. Similarly, if I am choosing certain another direction, it will apply it in the different direction. And try it once more. So it will do like this. So in this manner, we have seen that we can apply the linear gradient. So if you want to apply some other gradient like radial, again the procedure is same. You choose the direction and decide about to how long you want to drag this line. Accordingly, the radial gradient will be applied. And the third one which we have just discussed is about the spiral. Spiral can be applied in clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. So you can see that how beautifully it has applied the spiral gradient, and if I am again applying it and varying the cursor line, accordingly the width of the spiral will vary. So in this manner we can make use of blend tool, and another tool that we have done is paintbrush tool. So along with paintbrush tool you can do two testing. One is you can reduce the opacity if needed or keep it to full, that is 100%, and I am going to make use of shapes out of this. So shapes are available here in this tools option. So from this small icon at the right bottom corner I will make use of star selected, and I will try to draw these small stars, or I am trying to paint the object with stars. Another option you can do is you can change the size also. So from 20 I am changing it to, let's say, 32, and again try to paint the object using this shape. Further, if you want to use some another shape, you can choose a shape of your choice like this. So in this manner you can make use of paintbrush tool to paint the object. So in this session we have covered the two tools, blend tool for applying the gradient to the current selection, and we have also seen that how paintbrush tool can be used for painting the object with beautiful shapes. Thank you.